Your Humanities Half Hour is brought to you by the Northern Marianas Humanities Council, navigating the human experience together.
Hafaday, Tiro, and welcome to your Humanities Half Hour. Today, it's our pleasure to have in studio the 2025 Governor's Humanities Awardee for Preservation of Traditional Cultural Practices. Actually, 4 members of the group, POLKSAI Guma Chamorro Club of Marianas High School. And joining us in this half of the show are Aldyann, Igisiar, she's a historian with the club, and also Deltona Takai. Ladies, welcome.
Hi. Good
Love
afternoon.
the shirts. Not
you.
your usual uniform, but stands out. Congratulations on your club winning, being awarded a Humanities Award. How did you guys feel when you found out that your club, POLKSAI, was an awardee?
So I wasn't really like a long time member of the club, so I didn't really understand why we were given that award. But when we went to that event, it felt good because we were being honored for what we do.
And what is it you do? What is POLKSAI Guma Chamorro Club all about?
We aim to get our culture out there, to let people know that we're still here. We teach people our language, our songs, our dance, and our chants.
Now, you mentioned that you haven't been in the club long, but 2 years, and you're now going to be juniors, so that means you started when you were freshmen. How did you end up being a member of the club?
You want to start? Okay. So, of course, I grew up with my Chamorro grandma. I was very into my culture and language because not many of my cousins and my siblings know about our culture and our language. So it started in 6th grade. That was my first ever performance that I saw by POLKSAI during the pandemic when they first, I think it was Flame Tree, that they performed, and I was really amazed by their performance. And then towards 8th grade, I started watching a lot of their performances, and I would always be there in the crowd. And then my mom decided to move me to MHS so I could be a part of the club and continue her legacy because she's an alumni. And then
Of the club?
Yes.
Whoa!
She's 1st gen or
Wow.
2nd gen. I don't know. But yeah, that's how I got into the club.
Wait, so your mom specifically moved you to MHS so that you could be a part of the club?
Yes, because my sister graduated from Southern 2024, and then I was, like immediately after that, I was moving to high school, so she moved me to MHS.
Cool, that's a lovely, like a family legacy. Yeah. Deltona, how did you end up being a part of POLKSAI?
So my sister was actually in POLKSAI first than I was. We're about 9 years apart, so I was little and I was watching her dance. I remember this one time, I think they danced Mangingi, and she pulled me up onto stage. I was still little, and I told my mom that day that I wanted to dance too. So now I'm in high school, my freshman year, and at this point I think I've forgotten about this experience. But then I saw the booth, and it reminded me like, oh, this is the club that my sister was in. Maybe I should try it out, right? And then, so I joined the club, and the club was all about the Chamorro identity and who we are. And I love that because I love being Chamorro. So eventually they started teaching me more, and I started learning more, and I fell in love with dance, and I fell in love with the chants and singing.
I love your experience because, you know, we always talk about how it's important to pass our traditions from one generation to the next, and that's totally what's happening with you guys. How does it feel when you're performing? Because I've seen some of your performances, at least one of them up close. For me, it was emotional to see you guys. What's it like for you?
So Honestly, it's just about not getting in your head. When you perform, you need to be relaxed so you don't stumble or stuff like that. When I first started performing, I was nervous, so that turned out I looked stiff and then I wasn't as confident. But as time went on and I got more comfortable with dancing and I was confident with the moves and the words, then it began to be fun, emotional. I started having a really good time dancing, and it's my passion. It's what I love now. Yeah.
You're a head chanter. And I've heard you chant. You didn't need the microphone when I heard you chant.
Yeah.
What's it like for you?
For me, of course, when you first start dancing, you start off very nervous, you're shaky and all of that, and you don't really feel like you're confident enough to go on stage. But as time passes, you learn a lot more of the moves, the songs, and the dances, and you really feel like the rhythm and stuff like that when you really work into it. So as time passes, it brings you confidence and strength to dance. And when you're on stage, usually we always think, oh, it's for the culture, so we have to go out there and give our best. So yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you learned a lot about the Chamorro culture from your grandma. How has this club helped either of you get closer to your culture or the Chamorro language?
At first, I wasn't so sure about how we came to be. But when I heard, like, especially the ancient chants, it talks about our sainas, guelus and guelas, stuff like that. And then
Our ancestors.
yes, sometimes I would sit down with my mom, especially, and she would translate the songs for me so I can understand it better. And it really hit me here. It's really meaningful, and it made me understand why we're so important, right? That we're important, and that we have a background and we have a culture still. Even though we were colonized, we still have our own identity.
What's the most challenging part about, or is there any challenging part about being part of this club?
There's a lot. So the most challenging part for me was when I first began, because I was stiff, of course, and I was having like a problem with memorizing the chants and the songs and the dances. But like with all the help of your peers and your group mates, it really, really helps. So I'd say competition, it was really overwhelming. So the most challenging part is like when you have big performances, everybody's just all over the place, overwhelmed. You guys don't know what you're doing sometimes. So being with each other, learning to communicate and connecting really, really would help you.
Anything challenging on your side?
At first, the most challenging thing for me was the commitment, because there's a lot of practices, there's a lot of performances. And I'll be honest, at first I was really overwhelmed. I was like, there's a lot going on. But when you love doing something, it stops being a burden. It starts being enjoyable, and it's something you want to do. So now when they call practices or when they call performances, I always am happy to go and perform.
About how many of you all together in the club?
Now, like 20 some.
Okay, so a good sized group.
It always starts off bigger at the beginning, but
Yeah.
then when people realize that it's not their thing, the number starts to lessen.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to find their way. What have been some of the memories or experiences that stand out for you? Not counting falling down on stage, which we already discussed, but the good memories since you've been in the club 2 years.
Not gonna lie, being in this club really gives you a lot of memories and good times with other people because you really connect. I think my best memory so far was competition last year, my freshman year, when we competed here in Saipan. It really showed us that even if you're all against each other for a time being, you come together after that and you really commit to what you're doing.
What do you mean you're against each other?
So usually when we have practices, we all get overwhelmed, and sometimes we say stuff that we don't want to say to each other, and we just like atanbaba each other. So
Evil eye.
yeah, but over time it goes away, and you really realize, yeah,
That you're in it together.
yes.
Yeah. Best memory for you?
I love meeting new people. So my best memory is, at first, I was never close to Audi in middle school, or Micah over there. I was never close to those guys, but when I started attending these practices, I started having bonds with them. I made a bond with my advisors. I made a bond with the seniors. I made a bond with new people that we meet when we perform. You know, they recognize us, we recognize them. So that's my best memories. I love meeting new people.
And you guys also mentioned that you not only won a competition earlier this year, but you did it when you were competing online.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so we didn't have the funds to go to Guam because that's where the competition was. It was in Guam. So our last resort was to compete virtually. So we did this thing. We Tyler, our president, choreographed our dance, and then there was a video segment. There was a speech segment, a proficiency segment, and we did it online. They videoed us. We sent it to them. They compared, and we ended up placing in every category.
And what competition was this?
This was the 2026 Inatsaigen Ifinu Chamorro.
In Guam.
Yes.
Meant to kind of help kids experience or compete in the language.
Yes.
Compete in the. Wow. How do you convey the passion that people like me can see in person when we see you perform? How are you able to convey that over video, you feel?
I think that usually you don't need to be there in person to feel the spirit, of course, because we were doing it online, so it was obviously harder. We didn't have any predictions of how it was going to go. So we were really surprised when we won. And when we won, we really thought to ourselves, like, they felt the spirit through the phone. We didn't need to be there in person to show that we can do it. Yes.
Well, I want to congratulate you again as members. We do want to talk to Tyler, your president, and another member of the club. Any final thoughts before the break?
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for sharing.
Bye-bye.
We'll be back with more from POLKSAI Guma Chamorro Club after this break.
Looking for resources about Marianas history, culture, and more? Well, check out the Northern Marianas Humanities Council's collection. Our extensive video, audio, and photographic library can be found on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at 670 Humanities. Or check out the written resources on our website at nmhcouncil.org. And for those who prefer a good book, we also have a selection of local publications for purchase. So, dive in, explore, and share your comments as we navigate the human experience together.
Hafaday, Zantiro. I'm Leo Pangilinan with the Northern Marianas Humanities Council. We'd like to take a moment to thank our generous sponsors who have made possible the many programs in our community like this show. We couldn't have done it without them. And if you value the work we do and would like to make a contribution to our efforts, we ask that you consider making an in-kind or cash contribution to the Northern Marianas Humanities Council. Any amount is appreciated, and donations of up to $5,000 qualify for an educational tax credit. We appreciate your partnership and support. Sidhus Maasi, Olomai, and thank you.
Welcome back. We are chatting with the 2025 Governor's Humanities Award for Preservation of Traditional Cultural Practices, the POLKSAI Guma Chamorro Club from Marianas High School. And joining us in this half of the show are President Tyler Sasamoto and Secretary Angelina George. Guys, welcome. Thanks for
Buenas. Thank you for having us.
taking time from your plans now that you've graduated to chat with us today. Tyler, let me start with you. You have been in a leadership position, either president or vice president, for 4 years. You've just graduated as a senior. Number one, how did you get to be in the club? And I mean, you must feel strongly about it, but start us off with how you came to be in the club.
Okay, so funny story. So
Yes.
freshman year, I'm in my history class, and then I get a phone call, and I'm like, what is it? Whose number is this? And then I answer, and it's Miss Anita Sablon, and she's asking me
A teacher at the school?
My advisor. She was asking me, are you interested in being a dancer for POLKSAI for the competition? This was back in 2023, January, and the competition was in March. So I called my mom after that, and honestly, I just wanted to go for the trip.
Where was the competition?
In Guam.
Hey. Okay, that's
I'm being
fine.
so honest. Back then I really wanted to go for the trip, and then maybe a week she gave me my papers. I did them, and then a week after that we went into practicing. But sorry, backtrack. So before all of this, I was a Polynesian dancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started at the age of 2, doing Tahitian and all those other stuff. So now going forward, back to my freshman year, she called me, we got into the practices, and then it went from there.
And here you are 4 years later, having served as president or vice president. So what does it feel like? Why the commitment? Why did you stick with it?
So after I won that competition, going back, my grandma, I told my grandma that I was going and that I was doing Chamorro dance, and she was so excited.
Oh.
And then maybe 2 weeks before the comp, she passed away. So I was juggling all of that. My grandma's the Sawzoo with competition practice. So after I won in Guam, just that feeling of like, not the winning, but like you're doing something for your own culture was what made me stay. Just, I don't know, like that feeling of belonging. That's really what made me stay.
Angelina, how did you get to be in the club?
Mine's even worse. I never planned on joining this club, but we were friends since like 6th grade, and then I knew that he joined, but I only knew that club as like a club that danced outside of school. And then our other friend Kay, she graduated a year before us. She was like, sophomore year, she was like, oh my god, let's join POLKSAI, let's go dance. And I was like, okay. So I just followed her to our club fair, and then I signed up. And then I never thought that I would actually stay. And then here I am.
So I heard that you're one of the more, shall we say, emotionally expressive during the dancing. What happens to you?
So I would say, honestly, a lot of the emotions are just coming from my attitude.
How's that?
Because when I feel something, I say it. And a lot of people take it to the heart sometimes, because, I don't know, because when I talk, I just talk. I don't really put a filter over it. So sometimes it's kind of harsh, and honestly, over the years, I feel like it's developed. Because sophomore year, I was really bad.
What do you mean by it's developed?
Like, I became a better person. Like, my emotions are now more regulated. Yes, because I was very emotional sophomore year. I was always mad, always. Like Aldyann said earlier, when we go against each other at practice,
it's me.
Mm.
It's me and him.
How do you feel being a part of this club has changed you as a person? Tyler, maybe you.
So, for me, I feel like it's made me more, how do I say this? Like, it made me use my language more. Like, it made me understand that if it's not for me, then who is? Like, or who's gonna do it? Like, in Chamorro, angin tihita po sazi. If not us, then who? So if I don't start practicing it, who is?
We were talking about the meaning of POLKSAI. It's kind of a word we don't, I mean, I'm not familiar with it. It's actually, please explain to us, enlighten us so that when we see your name, we know what you guys are all about.
Yes. So the word, POLKSAI means upbringing. So like, yeah. And then POLKSAI is actually an acronym. So if we start here at the P, am I pointing at the P?
Yes.
Or here, let me start on here, sure.
No, it's not even on.
Oh, okay. So P means protehi, and then O means honra, and then as you can see here, I think I'm pointing at the hook.
Which is a dicredit when you write it.
Yes.
But it's also a hook, okay.
Yeah. But we use it to form the letter L, which means lenguaje.
Okay.
And then K is cultura, and then S is saipan, and then A is ataha, and then I is inasa.
Which is a latte, represented as a latte stone
Yes.
here, okay. So protect and honor the language, culture, and explain the SAI.
The SAI. Saipan, and then ataha and inasa. So ataha actually means to, sorry, wait, let me just like reach back because it's a very long word.
Yes.
Ataha means what is it? I forgot. I'm so sorry.
If something about a wave coming in or washing out, don't like protecting and honoring the language and culture so that it doesn't get washed away.
Yeah.
That was Angelina, help us out. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I genuinely forgot. Oh my god.
It'll come to you
Yes,
either
yes, yes.
later in
Wait,
this
Ataha?
interview or after the show. It's always like that when we're
Oh,
on the
okay,
spot.
there, I got it. So ataha means like to prevent from wiping away. Yes. And then inasa means to prevent from washing away.
Ah, okay, okay.
Something like that.
So
Be a little wrong,
you-
I'm sorry.
You joined the club for a trip, and you've actually taken. You guys actually travel a lot, or considerably, to represent the Chamorro culture. Where are some of the places that you have performed, other than here in Saipan and at Taste of the Marianas, where
Yeah.
we all see you and things like that? Where are some of the other places?
So I've had the opportunity. Starting from freshman year. Freshman year, I got the opportunity to go to Guam for the Natsaigan, which is the Chamorro Cup. And then sophomore year, I was able to go to Korea. So Korea for the Seoul International Travel Fair. And then junior year, I was able to go again to Guam for the Natsaigan. And then that summer, I was able to go to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
for the Smithsonian Folk Life Festival. And then now this year I got to go to Guam for
Again.
a cultural field trip.
What's it like when you go to these places and you're able to represent our culture in front of people who may not even know that we exist as a Commonwealth?
I would say it feels really good to bring it out there because we're one of the islands that are not really recognized out there. Like, nobody really knows. There was like, oh, it's near Guam, it's like Kauai, but when we're out there, they see us for what we really are.
So Aldyann and Deltona had mentioned like long practice hours.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who's guiding you in this?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And who are the advisors for your club?
So, can I give you a little story?
Yes, please.
So POLKSAI was started back in 2003. with the leadership of, or with Miss Illuminata Bermudez
Yes.
being their advisor. And then she was able to, or during her time of leading the club, or advising the club, sorry, she was able to communicate with Miss Frances Sablon, Mr. Jonas Barcinas, and then 2005 to 2006, she shadowed our current advisors now, Mr. and Mrs. Sablon. And yeah. Oh, and then also, Senor LJ Koshu
Oh, okay.
has been helping us too.
Wow, it's like a family. It's a
Yes.
family of
It
Chamorro
is.
performers all coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has been the most meaningful part of being a part of the club for you guys?
I would say the most meaningful part of this club is honestly just like what we just said. Like, we join as strangers, but then after like 2-3 months, I feel like it just all comes together like one big family. And then we just keep adding and adding and adding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we leave, we end up becoming siblings. Like, it's like a feeling that you can never get from something else. You can probably get it from a friendship, but in a friendship, you hardly ever get to grace the stage of the people you hardly knew 2-3 months ago. And you trust them to hit you with that stick, you know? So like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a matter of trust, right? You trust each other.
yeah.
So now that you guys have graduated high school and you're moving on to the next part of your life, how do you feel this being a part of this club influences, if at all, your future?
Okay. So after beginning of sophomore year, I told myself, after all of this, I want to come back and become a Chamorro teacher. Yeah. So what really inspired me was one of the seniors my freshman year. Her name is Melva. She went in with no clue of what to do for the proficiency category in the Chamorro Compact Guam. She went in with, she didn't know what to do.
And that's like a test to see whether you're
Yes.
qualified to teach Chamorro?
No. It's like it's a category in the competition. It's 3 rounds.
Sorry. Okay, yes.
So we start with the paper. It's like a test,
Oh,
and then the second round is you're given a passage. You're only given like 5 minutes to go over it, and then you have to read it out loud on the mic. And then the last one is conversational.
and which competition is this, or which
The
test?
Chamorro competition in
Okay.
Guam.
Okay.
So she went in not knowing what to do, and when she came out, she won first place. So that really inspired me, like, to just continue, you know, and learn so much that I can, in the future, when I grow up, I can teach more to the coming generations.
Are you going to pursue education then?
Yes.
What are you leaning towards, elementary or high school?
High school.
Okay. Yeah, so you can be the advisor.
Yeah. Miss Anita actually wants to pass it on to me one day.
She's waiting for you so she can retire? Like, you got to...
I'm not sure.
Angelina, how about you? Do you see this influencing your future at all?
I think, well, in a way, I wasn't going to pursue education or anything related to this, but I would say it really influenced me for my future. For when I have children, I'm going to make them join POLKSAI.
And Tyler can be their
Yes.
instructor. Yeah, okay.
She's going to come in and we're going to fight again like we're in high
Oh,
school.
no. I'm going to be the other advisor.
Guys, thank you so much. You're really an inspiration. I think, like, I've seen you perform before, but at the Governor's Humanities Award, like, I felt you perform. I didn't just see you perform. So thank you for really what you do and what you bring to our community with your heart when you get on this stage. And congratulations on your award and
Thank
your
you.
graduation.
Thank
Wishing you all the
you.
best.
Yes.
Any final thoughts before we go?
Wait.
Thanks, Mom. No.
Thank you, everybody.
Honestly, don't be afraid to try something new. That's for me.
Yeah.
because you don't know where it's going to take you. Look at me. I've got to do so many things, and I'm so forever grateful for the guidance of Mr. and Mrs. Sablon and Senior LJ Costru, and the support that I received at home. I'm forever grateful and thankful.
Yes. Things are always going to start out rough, but then once you get through it, it'll be smooth. That's how I would describe POLKSAI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you guys both, and wish you the best on whatever is next for you in life.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Our guests on this half of the show have been President Tyler Sasamoto and Secretary Angelina George of POLKSAI Guma Chamorro Club at Marinas High School. They are the 2025 Governor's Humanities Awardee for preservation of traditional cultural practices. And if you ever see them on an entertainment lineup, we invite you to take time to watch one of their performances with your eyes and your ears and your heart. This has been your Humanities Half Hour. I'm Catherine Perry.
Your Humanities Half Hour has been made possible in part by a major grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities. Democracy demands wisdom. Any views, findings, conclusions, or recommendations expressed in this program do not necessarily represent those of the National Endowment for the Humanities. For more information or to share your thoughts, contact the Northern Marianas Humanities Council at nmhcouncil.org or on social media at 670 Humanities. That's 670 Humanities.